Undisputed. Let's go back to BC to put a button on tonight's proceedings.
Hey, what's happening, world? B Marsh Boxing back at it with another post-fight review. Undisputed fight on deck. We had Jermell Charlo versus Brian Castano. I wish I had more enthusiasm doing this post-fight review, but let's get into it. You know what I mean? Round one, Castano is throwing more punches thrown, more punches landed. Charlo has his backs on the ropes. Hard overhand right by the man Brian Castano. I thought he had the more telling shots, tougher punches, and I thought he won round one. Round two, Castano's aggressive. He's a volume puncher. He got Charlo's back on the ropes, but Charlo clips him with a big left hook when the man Brian Castano was throwing punches in bunches when Charlo's back was against the ropes, and he hurt the man Brian Castano. You know what I mean? Charlo was trying to go on for the kill, you know what I'm saying? But what's his name held on, you know what I mean? He did a little holding, a little clinching. Brian Castano moved around a little bit, got saved by the bell. Round two is a Jermell Charlo round. Round three was a close round, you know what I mean? Could have gone either way. Charlo was dictating the pace with the jab. Brian Castano was very aggressive with the overhand rights, you know what I mean? And he clips the man, Jermell Charlo. A round that Charlo was winning, but he gets clipped by the man, Brian Castano, with a big left hook in between punches. Hurts the man Charlo bad. Something similar to what Charlo did to Castano in round two. I had to give round three to the man Castano off the same merit of why I gave Jermell Charlo round two because of hurting the man with the big left hook. Round four, the man Castano is applying pressure. He's cutting off the ring viciously. Right hook on the man Jermell Charlo. He's the aggressive fighter. Jermell Charlo got his back on the ropes, not really throwing punches. Got to give round four to the man Castano. Round five, Castano volume punching. You know what I mean? Ring generalship, throwing the left hook. I got to give it up to Castano in round five. Round six, Jermell Charlo he's stiffening up his jab, and he's keeping the man Brian Castano at bay, keeping Brian Castano on the back foot where he's not comfortable on. You know, Brian Castano is a very good come forward fighter. Then Brian Castano gets the man Jermell Charlo on the ropes, and he throws punches and bunches. But I had to give round six to the man Jermell Charlo. Round seven, Jermell Charlo got his back on the ropes for most of the round. Most of the punches are so far uh, in this particular round. This is the most punches that the man Brian Castano has thrown so far in round seven, 66 punches. You know what I mean? And he's landing mean overhand rights, you know what I'm saying? And he's setting up the jab. The overhand rights are being set up by the jab, and he's landing body shots. Got to give it up to round seven to the man Castano. Round eight, Castano's walking the man Charlo down. You know what I mean? Throwing combos, lead right hands, flush, beautiful 1-2s. Charlo's only really throwing the jab and admiring his work, pot shotting. Not enough to win the round. Round eight, I give it to Castano. Round nine, Castano volume punching, aggressive. You know what I mean? The man Jermell Charlo got his back on the ropes. Um, the man Castano's throwing the overhand rights, you know what I mean? You know, it's a close round, you know what I'm saying? But I got to give round nine to the man Jermell Charlo. Round 10, Brian Castano gets caught with a flush right hand when he's being aggressive, and then by a left hook that hurts him bad. Hurts him worse than he was been ever hurt in this particular fight. You know what I mean? Castano is now on his bike, moving, running, moving around like shit. You know what I mean? Castano's on his bike and he took big shots, left hook, straight right hands. But Jermell Charlo's ability to cut the ring off was atrocious. It's hideous. It's just terrible. If he had cutting off the ring skills, he probably would have stopped the man Castano in round 10 because Castano was hurt viciously, hurt real bad. Round 11, Castano weathered the storm. He played possum in the first minute of round 11, you know what I'm saying? Acting like, you know, he doesn't have his feet under him, you know, kept a high guard, not really throwing punches. Then he gets busy in the last two rounds, you know what I mean? Going hard, throwing aggressive body shots and counter punching. You know what he was doing for most of the night. Castano was not so much throwing the jab. His jab was almost non-existent tonight. What he was doing was countering with overhand rights and tough 1-2s. In round 11, he snapped the man Jermell Charlo's head back with a mean jab. You know what I mean? So what he was doing was countering over Jermell Charlo's, whether it was his jab or the right hand. And that's what he was doing primarily throughout the whole fight, you know what I mean? Round 12 could have gone either way, but I gave it to the man Jermell Charlo. So overall in this fight, let me count how many rounds I gave to Castano and Charlo. Round 1, uh, 3, 4, 5. Hold on. 1, 3, 4, 5, 8, 11. Yeah, so I had this fight 7 rounds to 5 for the man Jermell Charlo. You know what I mean? They call this fight a draw. I don't think it's a draw. As a matter of fact, the round 12 was really a sympathy round I gave to Jermell Charlo. You know what I mean? Really and truly, could have gone either way. This fight is more of a eight rounds to 4, 7 rounds to 5 type of fight in favor of the Argentine. Fuck what you heard. Jermell Charlo ain't win this fight. This motherfucker got a home fight in his home state, and he ain't win this fight. He got a fucking lucky draw tonight. And I'm pissed. Not even so much that they call this fight a draw. I'm pissed I ain't put no money down on this fight, man. I went to the bookie, to the William Hill joint over there on 7th and G Streets, Washington, D.C., Northwest. And I looked at the odds, and they just weren't pretty odds for me to put some money down. And they didn't have no odds for no bets. I'm sorry, for no draws. But Jermell Charlo ain't win this fight, y'all. Brian Castano should be the undisputed 154-pound champion tonight. But since the guy's not from Texas, the guy's not American, they fucked him over. Overall, it was a great fight, terrific fight. Big ups to the PBC Showtime for putting on this undisputed fight. You know what I mean? I thoroughly enjoyed it, but unfortunately, the right man didn't get his hand raised. You know what I mean? Jermell Charlo, we need to see a rematch. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Hopefully, the sanctioning bodies don't get in the way with mandatories and try to ruin an undisputed fight. But we needs that because this fight, the right man didn't get the W. You know what I mean? Big ups to Mike 104. Salute my guy with the deal, man. Mike 104 says, run it back fast. I don't have the patience for a long, drawn out rematch negotiation. Shout outs, B. Marsh. Big ups to you, and I echo your sentiments. Get that shit popping. What are we in, July? That shit needs to happen before the end of the year. December. Put that shit on in December. You know what I mean? December, when people at home on holidays, that's what we need to see. We need a rematch because Charlo ain't win this fight, you know. And that's why Slim has never, ever, ever been in my top 10 pound for pound list. I don't give a fuck if he has 3 belts. Who he beat for them belts? What? Because he beat Banana Rosario? Who the fuck was that guy? Who was that guy? This guy went down from a jab to the body and started quivering and shaking like a pregnant cokehead. You know what I mean? Nah, Slim, nah. Them fellas, Charlo is not who y'all claim he is. You know what I mean? He's not who y'all claim he is, and that's why he couldn't get it done tonight. You know what I mean? This guy had every single advantage: height, reach, fighting in his own backyard in San Antonio, Texas. I know he's from Houston, but Texas nevertheless. And he couldn't even drop the man or get this man Castano up out of there. Has no cutting off the ring skills whatsoever. This guy's a fucking hype job, man. You know what I'm saying? This guy's a damn hype job, man. And I'm pissed that Castano ain't holding all 4 of them belts in that Ring Magazine belt right about now. You know what I mean? Mike 104 says betting on a draw is always pretty odds. I always bet on odds. That's how I've made my most money, betting on boxing, betting on bets. I'm sorry, betting on draws. My email says, hell yeah, bro. Mike 104 says, Undisputed title fight didn't even produce Undisputed. How, Sway? How? No bullshit, Mike. My email says, I had it 8-4 Castano. I ain't mad at that one bit. My email says, maybe 9-3 Castano. I disagree with that wholeheartedly. 8-4-7-5, I could agree with you. No question about it. You know what I mean? My email says facts. My email says this dude just ran for 12 rounds, bro. Nobody ran for 12 rounds. That's what you're not going to do, my email. Nobody ran for 12 rounds. What are you talking about? What fight was you watching? My email says Holland here. Big ups to Holland. I've been to Amsterdam. Went to them cafes and blew some nice tree over there, you know. But that's neither here nor there. At the end of the day, no. My email says Charlo looked whack. He looked whack for sure, but he wasn't running all night. You ain't gonna come and say that Charlo or Castano was running all night. If you want to say Castano was on his bike in round 10 after he was getting hurt all around the ring, yeah, but on all night, oh, that means the whole fight. That's what we're not gonna do. Nah, nah. But big ups to everybody in the chat, man. B Marsh Boxing, man. I'm disappointed in this scorecard tonight. Charlo ain't win this fight, man. So all y'all cornball clowns out there who y'all be claiming this guy Jermell Charlo's number one or number two pound for pound in boxing. Why? Because he holds some trinkets. At the end of the day, when you hold belts, who did you beat? He got two off of Jason Rosario. Banana. That guy's not that. He's not that dude. I mean, Banana Rosario is the kind of guy who got stopped by Nathaniel Gallimore. Okay, um, he beat J Rock. J Rock's not that dude. Now J Rock beat Jared Hurd, and I believe he beat him fair and square. Cause guess what? I was there live in the building for that. He beat him fair and square. You know. How'd he get a WBC belt? He got a WBC belt against a child molester in the name of John Jackson. And John Jackson was winning every single minute, every single round, every single second of that fight up until I believe round 7 where he got caught and the guy just capitulated. And that's how Charlo's been holding on to this WBC belt. Two-time champion, that is. You know, he lost to the man Tony Harrison. And I thought that Tony Harrison lost the first fight. I thought Charlo really won that first fight, even though I was rooting for Tony Harrison. That's why y'all gotta come to B Marsh Boxing Channel. I ain't gonna front for y'all, you know what I mean? I don't give a fuck. I call it how I see it. Jermell Charlo versus Tony Harrison, the first fight. Tony Harrison won the belt. I really thought that Charlo won the fight, even though I was rooting for Tony Harrison. In the second fight, Tony Harrison was winning, but he got a little too cocky, got clipped, and he lost in the 11th round. You know, but um, my email says drop the link for Holland. Mike 104 says Bubo Andrade quote, I need a C that ends in an O, still relevant, no bullshit. Mike 104 says all these middleweight types have C names at the end and ends in O's. True. Mike 104 says, oh, my email says at Mike 104 complete clown. What the fuck you dissing Mike 104 for? Mike 104 says Undisputed comes first. These motherfuckers better run it back by Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving boxing might sell. This fight was heat, absolutely. My email says Mike 104 is just ducking. My email, are you dissing Mike 104? What you mean by a complete clown? Anyway, you're going to have to sort that out with Mike 104. You ain't going to diss Mike 104. I'm not too sure if you are. You might have to, whatever, man. B Marsh Boxing, big ups to everybody in the chat. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Big ups to Mike 104. My email, I don't know, man. I don't know if Dutch is your first language. I don't know if you meant to write what you're writing. But if you ain't going to be dissing nobody in the chat, nobody's going to be abusing or insulting anybody in the chat. When you write at Mike 104, a complete clown, are you saying Mike 104 is a complete clown, or are you regarding the fighters tonight? Anyways, like I said, sort that out. B Marsh Boxing, I'll catch you on the next one. I'm gone. Peace.